Hello, today I will tell you about mm, top 10 list of sightseeing trains in Japan. So, trains specially furnished for tourists who want to enjoy a ride around sightseeing spots have become a nationwide boom. There are so many of them now that are giving the railroad travelers a hard time choosing. Not only that, some are so popular that require them to reserve their seats several months in advance. The sightseeing trains I've been chosen for this top 10 list are my personal favorites, based on the criterion that they are fairly available throughout the year. In other words, I've deliberately omitted from this list the highly expensive and hard to reserve trains like cruise trains, 7 Stars, or Nanatsuboshi in Kyushu, and Twilight Express special version, as well as the luxurious Tohoku Emotion that is usually fully booked for the next half year or so. So the number 10 is Yumezora, which literally means dream sky in Japanese. It's the first tourist-oriented train in this country that is equipped with an in-carriage theater facility. Note that this is the trains in Japan. It runs between Hokuetsu Yuzawa and Naoetsu stations on Hokuhoku line operated by Hokuetsu Express. This route has many long tunnels that make the passenger feel like they are riding on a subway rather than on a sightseeing train. To turn that dim experience around, the train operator came up with an idea of keeping the lights off and showing spectacular visual on the ceiling augmented with effective background music while the train frequently passes through those long tunnels. What's also good about this ride is that the passengers can get on this train by just purchasing the regular coach ticket and enjoy this unique visual experience for an hour or so without paying any additional special fees. The number 9 is pseudo hobby train. Some trains have been remodeled to particularly amuse the railroad fans with astonishing features. One of them is Tetsudo Hobby Train that runs between Kubokawa and Uwajima stations on Yodo Line in Shikoku. When it first appeared last year, the front view resembling Zero Series, the first line of Shinkansen or bullet train that entered service more than half a century ago, received a lot of media attention. The interior of the carriage is refurnished like a museum showcasing various model trains of the past and present and making train geeks fall into rapture. In addition to Tetsudo Hobby Train, the railroad operator Shikoku Railway offer Kyoto New Hobby Train and Shiman Toroko that are collectively known as the three popular Yodo Line brothers that run on the scenic road along one of the most limpid streams in the country, Shimanto River. And number 8, Hayato no Kaze. What would people normally expect when they hear the term sightseeing train? The splendid scenery from the train window that can be captured during the ride, uniquely decorated interior, special hospitality offered while on board or at stopovers and terminal stations. Well, Kyushu Railway provides them all and even more in condensed form to tourists who opt to take a circuit around the southwestern areas of Kyushu, transiting a series of sightseeing trains. For such tourists starting their journey from Kagoshima Chuo Station, they can enjoy the magnificent countryside views along the Hisatsu line by first hopping on the limited express Hayato no Kaze to Yoshimatsu Station, and then change to a local train named Shinpei to move on to Hitoyoshi Station. They can extend their excursion from here all the way to Beppu by boarding all Trans-Kyushu Express or enjoy a slow ride to Kumamoto on selected days when a nostalgic steam locomotive named is SL Hitoyoshi is in service. Number 7 is Satoyama Satomi. One of the newest sightseeing trains that runs along the seacoast is Satoyama Satomi Go, operated by Noto Railway in Hokuriku region. Noto Railway is a perfect choice for train fans interested in making circuit around Noto Peninsula stopping. Number 6 is Resort 21. As the sightseeing trains that feature breathtaking vistas of the sea horizon, Resort Shirakami on Gono Line that runs between Akita and Aomori Station and Kira-Kira on Ue's main line are well known. But for this, I decided instead to include Resort 21 operated by Izuku. Nowadays, mostly all the coastliner have front carriages furnished with tiered seats and big windows to enjoy the panoramic views. But when it comes to carriages with seat facing the side window, Resort 21 is one of the pioneers. Number 5 is Misuzu Shiosai. The train interior has been designed to reminisce her prime days back in the 1920s, which actually looks quite modern rather than traditional, with relaxing sofa seats facing the side windows. The highlight of the trip on board Misuzu Shiosai is when the train stops on the way at 3 view spots, to allow the passengers to enjoy the serenity of the subtle rhythmic sound of the surf, called Shiosai in Japanese. And the number 4 is Oikot. As you can tell, the name of this sightseeing train is spelled backward of Tokyo. It's Japan Railway, the operator of this train that runs along Chikuma River on Iyama Line, chose this name based on the concept that the countryside filled with idyllic scenes along this route is precisely the opposite of urban cityscape of the capital, and decided to make the interior design of the carriage look like an old rustic grandma's home in the back country. Number 3 is Rokumon. If you are a train fan and also a gourmet, you can't miss Rokumon, that runs between Karuizawa and Nagano stations. And don't forget to ride on it both ways, because this train departing Karuizawa will be serving western food, while the menu will change to Japanese food when riding from Nagano. Number 2 is Waka or Nupri or Niseko. As the second best, I've chosen the limited express train that take you around numerous sightseeing spots in the highly popular tourist destination, Hokkaido. These trains run on Hakodate main line through Osamambe, Kuchan and Otaru, the so-called Yamasen or the mountain line. The trains make midway stop at Niseko and Yoichi station to give the passenger around 10 minutes each to purchase local specialties and enjoy a variety of entertaining events, including free food samples. And number 1 is Yufuin no Mori. And finally, the sightseeing train that tops my list is Yufuin no Mori, that has been in service for a quarter of century in Kyushu. It is the first limited express that Kyushu Railway had launched, an exclusive tourist-oriented train to take passengers to and from Hakata and Beppu on the route that passed through the highly reputed spa resort Yufuin. So that's for today, and thank you for watching.